Miso was a tiny, scrappy kitten with a big heart. He had been rescued by an old fisherman named Haru, who lived in a small seaside cottage. The two became inseparable. Haru would bring home fresh fish, and Miso would curl up in his lap, purring like the waves outside. But as the years passed, Haru grew weaker. His hands, once strong from casting nets, trembled now. The villagers worried about him, but he refused to leave his home. "As long as I have Miso," he'd say, "I'm never alone." One evening, as Haru slept, the wind howled and the sea raged with a storm unlike any before. Miso, curled up at Haru's feet, sensed something was wrong. The air smelled different, dangerous. Then he heard it, a deep, groaning crack. The old wooden beams of the house were giving way. Lightning flashed, revealing a massive wave rising near the shore. If it crashed against the house, Haru wouldn't stand a chance. Miso's heart pounded. He was just a small cat. What could he do? Then he remembered the village bell. Whenever danger came, the fisherman rang it to warn everyone. But Haru's house was far from the village. No one knew what was coming. Miso didn't hesitate. He leapt through the open window, dashing into the storm. Rain soaked his fur. The wind pushed against him, but he kept running. His tiny paws slipped on the muddy path, but he got up every time. Finally, he reached the village square. The great bell stood before him, too heavy to ring. Desperate, Miso climbed the rope, biting and clawing at it. He swung back and forth until clang, 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 the villagers woke up. Seeing the storm's fury, they grabbed lanterns and ropes, racing to Haru's home. Just as they reached the cottage, the great wave crashed, tearing through the wooden walls. But Haru was safe, rescued just in time. As the villagers searched for Miso, they found him curled up beneath the bell, exhausted. He had given everything he had to save Haru. Haru knelt beside his little hero, tears mixing with the rain. He picked up Miso gently, whispering, "You brave, foolish cat. You saved me." Miso's eyes fluttered open, weak but alive. He had one life left, and he had saved it for the person he loved most. From that night on, Haru never let Miso out of his sight. The villagers called him the Stormbell Cat, the tiny kitten who had saved a life. And as long as they were together, neither of them was ever alone again.